It's a John Deere 5085M oil change. Got your oil filter, oil plug. Pretty sure that's either 1 1/8 or 1 1/16. Had 1540 in this tractor for the longest time. I'm going to change it to 540 synthetic for the. Okay, so on the driver's side of the tractor, your dipstick oil fill. I would recommend getting some devices that are a little larger capacity than what I have, but it works. So I decided to go with this oil because it's cheapest. What I would recommend doing if you're going to have a tractor is buy a 55-gallon drum of this material, of your oil of choice. It doesn't have to be this brand, but get a drum of it. You're going to pay. Right now you can get a drum from Tractor Supply for $1,000 delivered to Tractor Supply. Then you got to handle it. If you want Dello, you're looking at about $1,500 for a 55-gallon drum. Regardless, you're going to save a little bit of money if you're going to continue to service your own tractor, your own equipment. Get this to drain out. I left the tractor running for about 15 minutes, warmed up the oil. It's pretty warm. It's not hot to the touch, but hopefully that helps evacuate all the material. Beautiful day today. Haven't seen sunshine for about 3 weeks. Sun's popping out right now. Some beautiful mountains. Beautiful God's creation, right? God is definitely an artist. While I'm waiting, I'm going to take a splash of this. I just use this as fuel stabilizer, basically. It is like an injector cleaner, but I just use a little bit at a time as a stabilizer. I've actually ran diesel engines off of this material. That'll clear some injectors out of a 7.3 or 5.9 if you just run this through the system. Not diesel, just this. All right, let's go ahead and take this filter off. Still kind of drizzling. So unfortunately, there's a gasket here that seems to have broken, and it doesn't seem like any of the kits come with that gasket. You probably have to buy this separately for your oil filter. Because I didn't do that, I'm gonna try to just put this back on. It looks like more of a spacer than a gasket. Your gasketing seal is hopefully this O-ring that's inside here. So make sure you lube this up really good so it doesn't roll. When they come, they're a little dry and they have a tendency to roll like that. So put a little material on them so they expand a little bit and lubricate going in. You can see that there are notches in this and grooves that go into here. So I'm going to It's unfortunate that's coming off because it's really hard to get back on. Viton gasket on these. Viton is a diesel rated gasket. Oil. Doesn't need to be that tight. It's just a little O-ring. If it drips, you just tighten it a little bit more. Never too tight. I like to put anti-seize on all threads that I use. All threads. Bolts, plugs. But I don't have any right now, so I'm not doing that. All right, we're going to try this method. Let's see if this will get it in there a little quicker. Not as quick. Bigger. Need a bigger funnel. Go bigger. I think it's like 2.5 gallons. Can't remember how many liters this takes, but I'll start with a couple of gallons. Check the dipstick. Getting close. Still on the ad, right there. Doing about 2 quarts at a time with this funnel. Maybe a quart. 1 quart. Do another 1.5 quarts after the line was on the ad. See what that does. So there's about a 1/2 quart. And there's a quart. That should do it. No, still asking for more. Look. Okay, that's got to be it right there. Right on the money. He wants to see if this oil filter leaks without that gasket. So after I fired up, I ended up adding about 3/4 of a quart. And that's it. We are good to go. right in the middle of the checks. So you'll see in some other videos some of these connections. This machine has about 3,000 hours, need to be tightened up. I kind of point them out in another video. Waiting on a new air filter. There's two air filters, the primary, the secondary. But I don't know, after 2,000 or 3,000 hours, it does say in the manual to go around here and tighten up some of these connections. You'll get some oil leakage here, especially. It'll drip down on this radiator. Yeah, so what's next is these fuel filters. I want to replace those. I have them. Now, when I got this tractor, it looked like this first fuel filter, I don't know if this is the first or the second, wasn't connected to the system. So it'll be interesting to see why that is, and if I reconnect it the way that it's supposed to be, if it will pump diesel or suck diesel. We will find out in another video. Thanks for watching me change my oil.